Hi, I'm Benny Obscene, and on this episode, the 911 finally gets door cards. You missed your cue. Hi, I'm Benny Obscene, and on this episode, the 911 finally gets door cards.
We're dancing together.
I'm Benny Obscene, and this is my 1977 Porsche 911. I pulled this car out of a crusty old garage where it sat neglected for decades. After plenty of wrenching to get it running and driving, a head-on collision with a deer took out the whole front end. I'm finally back in business, but there's just one problem. It's overdue for everything. So a lot of times when people see the car, or I'm at a show or a gathering or whatever you want to call it, they always ask me, are you ever going to do anything with the interior of the car? I don't know, I guess that's a compliment to how well the roll cage, the Recaros, the Momo steering wheel, the coolest shift knob on the planet, how that all fits into the overall theme of the car. But I'm guessing what they're really asking about is this situation right here. I've gone probably 2 years now without any kind of door panel. What ended up happening, I had an opportunity to sell the original ones because I knew I wanted to do something custom. I had an opportunity to sell the original ones to some guy in Alaska who was willing to pay way too much money for them. So he couldn't say no. Shipped them up to Alaska. Hopefully he's up there, not frozen, doing Alaska things. But yeah, I've just been kind of running like this for a while because it's just not really a priority for me. But finally, I think it's time that we throw some kind of door card in here. And that's where Rennline really comes into play. They had these great door card kits because I had thought about, am I going to make something myself, get some kind of crazy fabric, but at the end of the day, maybe I'm going to adopt the policy of less is more. So let's not make the door cards the focus of the car, just have something in there that looks timely and period correct. So Rennline has these panels here. There's a whole bunch of different kind of panels you can get. But the great thing about Rennlines is, one, they weren't too expensive. Two, whenever I can support Rennline, I will. And three, the backing on these is actually like a thin piece of wood. So you know that's going to hold up a little bit better than like cardboard. And also, all the holes are pre-cut. So you don't have to worry about finding the right pattern or doing the cuts yourself. Everything is cut. So all you have to do is like just do the cut in the fabric for what you have, whether you have electronic switches or hand crank windows. If you want a speaker or not, you're good to go with whatever you need to. And then the other nice thing is, since it's a kit, they include all the various accoutrements for you to install and finish the job. Right, so assuming you've been able to successfully get the old door panel off, there's a couple things to take care of here before we jump in willy-nilly. First and foremost, you'll notice that on my car, as well as probably every other old 911, the moisture barrier has disappeared somewhere. So I've got a way to recreate that I can show you in a bit. But before we get into that, there's like a couple things to figure out ahead of time. First and foremost is where the door handle mounts into the door. You got two options here. You can just screw it into the door, but we're going to go option number 2, which is to use a riv nut and actually secure it a little bit better so that it doesn't pull off as soon as you try and shut the door. Step number 2 is to figure out the installation of the little pull strap. As you can see, my existing pull strap is not the best solution, so we'll go ahead and get that figured out before we put the moisture barrier and get everything else up. Step number 3, if you have electric mirrors, is to pull these out and take a quick picture of how the wiring fits into the switch itself. I guess in the late 70s or early 60s, wherever, they didn't really have the female connector of this switch, so it's just individual wires with a spade terminal going into your Windows switch. So kind of annoying, but it's only a handful here that you have to remember where they go. Easiest thing for me is to just take a picture of the switch connected, and then I can simply reconnect them where they go. Alright, so that's our panel loosely mocked into place. What I did was I put the little clips on and just stuck it in here in position. I've also poked through the 2 holes where the handle goes. So that lines up. Our handle's going to go right around there. And now it's time to do some damage. What I'm going to go ahead and do is drill a small pilot hole in here, and that will mark our position on the metal behind the door. Very important, make sure that the window is up. That way, in case you drill a little too far, you do not hit this glass. Really important. So let's go ahead and take care of that. And now with the panel removed, I can see here's my 2 spots, and I'll go ahead and drill the proper hole. And voila, we've got our bigger holes. The reason why we have the bigger holes, again, is because we're using the riv nuts here. Those insert like that, and they're threaded. So I'm going to use the riv nut tool and get this set up. Hopefully I remember how to do this. Put that in, give her a squeeze. And just like that, we have a threaded insert that we can use to securely bolt the handle down. Next on the list is addressing the door pull. As you can see, my little zip tie here works well, and the kit includes the famous red stripe or red nylon door pull that you use to open the door. Since it's me, you know, obviously. Alright, so we've got the standard little pull strap here, which I'm going to use as a template to make the orange pull strap, same dimensions. I'll go ahead, get this figured out. I already did a test, I don't know what you call these, eyelet in the end here. So let's go ahead, measure that out. Perfect. And then I'm going to use these big giant shears to try and get a better cut. Oh yeah, that's perfect. All right. Next, you gotta kind of fold this like so, and then lop off the top. That gives us the hole to use. Next, we take our handy dandy $6 Amazon thing, kit, or little kit here. Pop that through there. Get this lined up. Give it a little squeeze. And ta-da! We've got our own custom door pull. The last step here is I'm just going to burn the edges off to keep it from fraying. All set, I got my 2 pull straps here and just a little bit of material left over. Post in the comments if you need orange pull straps. I am happy to sell them to you at a moderate price. The next part is super tricky. You basically have to utilize this little pin and circlip to get the pull strap into this hole and doohickey right here. So it is in. I've got the pin inserted and the clip on there and everything. It works, but I'm not sure if I like how loosey-goosey that is. I don't know if that's going to annoy me a whole lot later, but we'll keep moving forward and we'll see how that works out later. So far so good, right? We have completed the first 2 steps of our pre-work And now all that's left is to figure out the moisture barrier here. So don't worry about finding some kind of original Porsche part. All you need is some Scotch or 3M double-sided tape and a little plastic drop cloth from Home Depot. Super easy. Okay, so where were we? Step 3 is the moisture barrier. And again, you don't have to buy anything special for this. All you need is this double-sided tape. I go with the outdoor version just because it's a little stronger, and a little bit of plastic drop cloth from the paint aisle. Basically, all you're trying to do with the moisture barrier is you set up some plastic here, and it just protects the back of the door card from any water that gets into the window, assuming you drive your car in the rain. So now that we've got a strip of 3M roughly all the way around, again, don't overthink this. I try and keep it inside of some of the little mounty holes. Again, you're just trying to block off some of the water that comes through the window. Take your piece of plastic, get that cut roughly to shape. Again, doesn't have to be perfect, you're just covering it. We're going to trim that later. Once you're ready, go ahead and peel off the other side. Open up the plastic. And then just pull it nice and tight. Once you've got it nice and tight, go ahead and take your cutting device and just trim all the way around. So I think we've got our panel all set and ready to go. What I've done is I've cut out the necessary holes. This is something you do on your own based on your own configuration. For example, I don't have any speakers, so I don't worry about that. But you just do your cuts, get the panel ready to go, and I think we're about ready to get it on the car. Moment of truth. For the handle, you just slide the little cover plates on first. And the washers just allow this to stand off a little bit. So let's see if we can get that through. So this puny little hardware here just isn't long enough to make it all the way through. So we're gonna have to pivot here and go into the locking mechanism. Alright, home stretch, guys. One of the last pieces here is the top cover. This actually needs to get cleaned up a little bit, but we'll keep going for demonstration purposes. We're pretty much there. I got the top part back on, we're connected up. I went ahead and put the wiring switches back together. The windows work, thank God. Everything is in place, it looks awesome. Just got to get the longer hardware for the pull handle here, but other than that, this is done. Thank you for watching, really appreciate it. We'll see you next time.